In the year 2042, the lines between reality and simulation weren't just blurred, they were gone. For a generation raised on filtered selfies and augmented reality, truth was a subjective experience. But for one man, a data analyst named Elias Thorne, truth was his entire world. Elias worked for The Beacon, a small independent news outlet that still clung to the old ways: verification, multiple sources, and cold, hard facts. He was a digital archaeologist, digging through layers of data to unearth the genuine from the fake. His current obsession was a new wave of deepfakes so advanced they were virtually undetectable. One cold Tuesday evening, as rain slicked the windows of his tiny apartment, Elias received a tip from an anonymous source. It was a link to a video file encrypted with a key he'd never seen before. The message was simple: they are coming for the most powerful voice. Elias felt a shiver run down his spine. The file size was enormous, but he started the download. He wasn't a hero, he was a pragmatist. But something in that message, a stark and chilling finality, told him he was no longer just an analyst. He was a witness. The file downloaded in a slow, agonizing crawl. On the screen, the image of a world leader, President Elias Thorne, flickered to life. The face was his father's. Elias's hands trembled as he watched. President Thorne was known for his calm, measured speeches. But in this video he was screaming. He was delivering a fiery, venomous address, calling for a swift, aggressive military action against a neutral nation. Every word was filled with a hatred and belligerence that was completely out of character. The face, the voice, the subtle mannerisms, they were all his father's. But the emotion, the vitriol, was a ghost of someone else's. Elias, with years of experience, knew he was watching a masterwork of AI-driven forgery. He ran the video through every known deepfake detector. All of them failed. The AI had learned to replicate the minute imperfections of human expression, the subtle stutter, the tiny bead of sweat on the temple. It was perfect, and it was designed to start a war. Elias knew he couldn't take this video to his paper. They'd run it through the same detectors he had. They would see it as a legitimate call to action and publish it, and chaos would ensue. He couldn't go to the government. They'd label him a conspirator and silence him. He had to prove the forgery himself, and he had to do it before the video went viral. He spent the next 48 hours locked in his apartment, fueled by stale coffee and a growing dread. He knew the deepfake wasn't flawless no matter what the detectors said. The human mind could see things an algorithm couldn't. He broke down the video frame by frame. He analyzed the subtle lighting on his father's face. He cross-referenced the shadows with the known positions of the sun and the moon on the day the video was supposedly filmed. He analyzed the cadence of the words, the rhythm of his father's breathing. He found a single minuscule flaw, a micro-movement in the eye. A flicker of the iris that was too perfect, too symmetrical, to be human. It was a ghost in the machine. A fingerprint of the AI that had created it. His phone rang, a private number he hadn't used in years. He answered it. "The broadcast is set to air in 1 hour," the anonymous voice said. It was the same voice from the first message. "You have one chance to stop it. Go to the City News Hub, ask for room 224, and use the word, ghost." Elias ran. He dodged through traffic, the rain soaking his jacket, his heart pounding in his chest. He arrived at the News Hub, a towering glass building that hummed with 1,000 digital lives. He found room 224, a dimly lit server room filled with the humming of powerful machines. The anonymous voice, a woman with a kind but haunted face, was waiting for him. "The deepfake is a diversion," she said, her voice barely a whisper. "They are creating a counter-narrative to mask the real crime." The AI wasn't just faking a speech, it was faking an entire reality. They framed an innocent person, a politician who was trying to expose them. She showed him another video. This time it was a press conference from a different channel showing a politician confessing to treason, his face pale, his voice trembling. The confession was already being picked up by major news outlets. Elias realized the true danger wasn't the AI's ability to create, it was its ability to distract. They were so focused on the screaming face of the president that they didn't see the silent, methodical destruction of a man's life. He knew he had to use his discovery to expose the real criminals and not the fake ones. He sat at a terminal and began to work. With a few lines of code, he pulled the public records from the deepfake and cross-referenced them with the confession video. He found another ghost in the machine, a telltale sign that the confession was as fake as the president's speech. He found the true, unedited footage of the politician, a calm and confident man who had been exposing the very people who were now framing him. He uploaded the unedited footage to a secure server, and with one final deliberate press of a button, he sent the link to every media outlet in the world. The confession video was immediately replaced with the politician's true message of warning. Elias had exposed the deepfake. He had won. The anonymous woman disappeared as quickly as she had appeared, leaving Elias alone in the server room. The police were on their way, but Elias wasn't scared. He had done his job. He had revealed the truth, a truth that could not be faked. The real story wasn't about the technology, it was about the people who used it. It was about a man who, when faced with a lie so real it could start a war, chose to believe in the truth. It was a victory not just for Elias but for every journalist, every citizen, and every human who still believed that truth, however hard to find, was worth fighting for. The age of deepfakes had arrived, but so had the age of digital warriors who would stop at nothing to expose the lies. In a world where you can't trust your eyes, you must trust what's in your heart. You must be the one to find the truth, to stand up for it, and to hold on to it, even when everything around you says it's gone. It's a battle not of strength, but of quiet conviction, and it's a fight we can't afford to lose. This isn't just a story about deepfakes, it's a testament to the power of one person to make a difference. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more stories that matter. And let us know in the comments below, how do you feel about the future of AI and truth?